Insecurity has become a thorn in the flesh of many Nigerians. Commuting on roads and railways have become dangerous, as many are scared of being attacked by kidnappers and bandits. It has also left many displaced from their homes, and even many farmers have abandoned their fields for fear of bandits. In Zamfara State, more than 15 persons have been killed, including a vigilante leader in separate attacks. An eyewitness who is a member of local vigilante group has said that the armed bandits had targeted the vigilante leader of Dangamji community and shot him alongside other persons. It was really sad. Now, joining us in the studio is a security consultant, Darlington Umoru, to help us make sense of all of these issues and finding a way forward. Darlington, it's good to have you join me this morning.
My pleasure, always been here. Just that most times I'm here, I'll be discussing the killings of innocent Nigerians. It beats me hollow, and I'm not always, my elements are not always up when it comes to discussing killings, lives being destroyed and wasted. Particularly from the northern part of this country.
That's the dilemma we find ourselves where in the last, say, 11, 12 years, we've been talking about, I recall that you have been on this set, we've been discussing insecurity and the killing and kidnapping and all of that of so many Nigerians over the years. But it's also a good thing, one of the good things there is that through your analysis, you've been also able to enlighten Nigerians, use the opportunity to enlighten Nigerians to be conscious of security and some of the things that go happen around them. And also, some of your advice, security agents who listen have also gotten tips here and there, which is a good thing or a good fallout of such kind of discussion. But let's talk about these issues in Zamfara. Zamfara has been on the news on and off when it comes to insecurity. And you have been to those areas. You understand the terrain and you understand the people. You have been in touch with the people there. But despite all of the promises, assurances by security agents that they are on top of the situation, it doesn't seem to be so when it comes to this preemptive thing where we become proactive instead of being preemptive. What do you make of Zamfara? What's going on again?
First, before I answer your question, you did talk about how many times I've been here, not just here, other electronic media, talking about other television stations and radio stations, how I have often given one advice or the other. The week before the swearing in of Mr. President, talking about His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I was invited severally to different electronic media to set security agenda, supposedly for this government. And one of topmost on that agenda I gave was I talked about welfare for the men. What happens to the family of those who died in active service? How they are chased out of barracks? Talking about their wives and children after a while. How they go into penury. And how that affects those of them who are in the theater. That was welfare. Like you rightly said, they listen to us. This administration has started well. I listened, I read through line by line what Mungunu said, quoting Mr. President, the outcome of their meetings. But what interested me the most, in all he said, permit me to read. He said, the president also has decided that whatever ventures the armed forces are going to be engaged in, they must carry along those operatives in the theater. I don't know if you understood that.
Well, I understood it in grammar, but the implication of it, you have to make us understand.
Now you understand it the more. Let me take this next paragraph.
Okay.
They must be well-fed, well-kitted, motivated, and given all that they require. Given, not provide. Given, it meant that whatever you are enjoying out there, those of you in the offices, those of you giving the command, ensure that those men in the sun, in the rain, that's the theater, day, night, who don't sleep, who ensure that you and I, Mike, can sit here to talk about what is happening, are given what will motivate them. If you're not motivated, if you're not passionate about what you are doing, you can't get results. We have seen situations where men in the theater have complained that allowances are not paid on time. They are not well kitted. They don't get the desired motivation from their bosses for them to do the work. Talking about the foot soldiers now. They are the ones doing the job. This was topmost on the agenda I provided for this administration. Differently. And I'm glad. When I read, the most interesting thing to me was this. Not even the equipment. Because the man is the one who is going to handle the equipment. If he's not happy, he will handle that equipment. You will think it's a stick, a piece of stick.
But what are you expecting to see in the coming days now with this order that the president has given, especially with this present crop of leaders?
I've not forgotten your question, Mike. I'll still come back to it. One obvious thing that will happen is that, first, Mr. President has taken the normal step. He's inheriting security chiefs, the NSA, intelligence heads. So they must brief him. There must be an antecedent, official antecedent. They must give him formal briefing about the situation, security situation on ground at the moment. That is the point from which he's taking off. I'm very happy that Mr. President didn't go there not really having an idea of what to do, because now he's telling them. He said they have to rejig. They have to double. Whatever effort you have now, you have to double it. That is his expectation. I was so impressed, but even so, I was not taken aback, because here was a man who was governor of Lagos State and put crime to its barest minimum in Lagos as governor. He already has his own agenda. He already has a program. So he's hitting the ground running. He's not waiting for stories. He's merely telling you, this is what I want. I already know what you were doing. But formality demands that you have to talk to me. But this is what I want. It's a marching order. I was so impressed. It was not a formality. Oh, we visited Mr. President, the chiefs, the heads of intelligence and all of that, and tea, you shared breakfast. And, no, it was business. I've been watching you guys. This is what I want now. Now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, now. And this is the way it must go. Here is a president who is not even a security person. But here is a president who knows what security entails. The same thing he did in Chatham House, which many didn't really understand. Here is a man who has actually prepared himself for this position and to serve Nigeria.